ATL Zone 6 Hardcore season. G smooth, what? Tables break, crack, crack. Red clay king, put the South on the map. G smooth, what? Chair swing, bang, bang. Hardcore pressure, bang. Feel that pain. Step in the ring like a warehouse brawl. Dustin Air, Georgia on the wall. Boot to the chest, still in my grip ball. Wild dreams, I never slip. From the bluff to the dome, I earn my name. Did it for the city, never for fame. Tables get stacked, I'm climbing high. Southside savage, I never die. Concrete hard, no fear in my stare. Chair shot, echo through the air. They talk tough, but they all fall flat. Red clay roots can't bury that. G smooth, what? Tables break, crack, crack. Red clay king, put the South on the map. G smooth, what? Chair swing, bang, bang. Hardcore pressure. Pain. I'm the monster they created in the Georgia heat. Smell the iron in the sweat on the dirty street. This ain't a game, it's a war in the red mud. Sacrifice the body, give them sweat and blood. I got the crown made of thorns and rusted wire. Every time I drop a body, set the ring on fire. From the underground pits to the bright lights, I'm the king of the struggle, king of fights. No referee can stop the damage I'm bringing. Listen to the sound of the metal bells ringing. ATL on my back, I lead the stampede. Hardcore royalty, that's a different breed. G smooth, what? Table break, crack, crack. Red clay king, put the South on the map. G smooth, what? Chair swing, bang, bang. Hardcore pressure, bang. Feel that pain. Zone 6, red clay war. We don't stop. Hardcore forever.
TGIF, and welcome to hashtag I'm gonna say it. Before we get started, Lori, what's up with you, bestie? Is everything okay with you? Everybody else, welcome in. How's your weekend going so far? Lisa M, welcome in. Good here. Okay. Listen, before we get started, bestie, do me a favor. I'm tired. I just got home, but I'm doing good. It's been a productive day. Let me know if I changed the wiring out, so I'm gonna see if it works. If it does, we'll have the show. If it's not working, then we won't have one for today. All right. I'm gonna play it. Let me know if you hear it. Hold up.
I've never gotten more DMs, phone calls,
Okay,
and text messages than I did last night. My phone has been flooded with people asking me, Trent, are you the YouTuber that Bart is suing? Are you going to lose your YouTube channel?
Good.
People send.
Good. That's what I need. That's what I need. I was wondering, if everything was working properly or if we were going to have to place some orders and get our technical things taken care of. Okay, so now that you hear it loud and clear, thank you, because we on Thursday we was having an issue. Trina, hey, beautiful, how are you? Even though it says that question is still remaining, but we're going to talk about some developments that have happened in the Nolan Wells case. But before we get started, y'all know how we do. We got to go to Sister Bernice. We've got to go to Sister Bernice and let her cover us on our legal end because we don't want to get in any types of trouble. Okay, so we're going to go to her. We'll let her take care of us. And you'll understand why that's important in one moment. Bestie, do me a favor. Tell Reap I said hello. All right. Okay, let me turn it over to Sister Bernice and I'll be right back, y'all.
Welcome to hashtag I'm gonna say it. Some things said in today's show are alleged, but all things are said for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you are below the age of 18, we request you leave the live now. Enjoy.
All right, let's give it up to the great Sister Bernice. He said, okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, the reason why that's important, y'all, because listen, in the Nolan Wells case, we have an arrest. No, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. Why am I not happy about it? Because I feel like this is just a distract. No, okay, let me put this in a professional way. The person that was arrested wasn't arrested for being involved in the unaliving or whatever in the passing of Nolan Wells. No, the person that was arrested was the person who was sending threatening messages to Ashley Cole. Now, with that being said, I am in no shape, form, or fashion co-signing what he did or anything like that. It was wrong. I read it. I told y'all when we first broke the news or broke the story about those particular threats. I told y'all, man, you can go and read them. I don't even feel comfortable reciting them to you. So I didn't agree. I don't agree with what he said. I don't agree with what he was doing. Understand that. However, what I'm upset about is the fact that, okay, you went and arrested him for this. Meanwhile, when it comes to Nolan, the death of Nolan, you have nothing. And that's, to me, it just seems like this is a distraction. You had no problem tracking this person down that was sending these threats and stuff like that, but nobody's been arrested when it comes to the unaliving of Nolan. And I have an issue with that. So let's go ahead and listen to that first. We got 2 segments we're going to play, and I'm glad we can hear. We got 2 segments we're going to play. But before we start with that first one, man, y'all keep double tapping that screen. Hold on. Shout out to y'all. Look. W in the live for all of y'all, because y'all have your support, the love, camaraderie has allowed us to move up back into the D1 league. So I think you all deserve a round of applause for that, because if it wasn't for your support, your dedication to coming in and hanging with us and joining us in our shows and participating and gifting and uplifting and all of that, we wouldn't be able to do that. So you all deserve the W's for that. I appreciate that. On behalf of my moderators and we appreciate your support. Now, don't think I'm not grateful for that, because I am. But I'm the type of person that doesn't stay complacent, and I don't be satisfied. So I'm grateful that we have moved up in the D1 league. I'm asking, let's go further up. Let's hit C5. So in order to do that, I need you to invite all of your peoples to come in and join us. I need you to make sure you double tapping the screen. I need to make sure that you leaving messages in here, comments in here, and make sure you gifting and uplifting. Those things are important. Those are the things that's going to push us up in the league. Now, with that being said, we are going to go listen to the audio about this arrest taking place.
Reporting live from Ibis Club, Fight Plus News, I'm John Alba. Breaking news coming out of Mississippi. The case of Nolan Wells is getting its latest update and first arrest, as a man by the name of Joseph Alfredo Vasquez Dumars is now in custody after sending threats to Warren Hudson's stepmother and Judge Ashley Cole at the top of July. As you should know, Cole, whose stepson Warren Hudson is one of Nolan Wells' friends, whom he traveled by boat with to Mississippi's Horn Island before Wells would be found washed ashore 2 days later, would find herself under a large amount of ridicule after she would release a statement on her Facebook account. In her statement, she would mainly go on to defend her stepson against accusations that he may be behind Wells' passing. She would go on to write, "My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on 4th of July. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers." Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water and they had an issue with the bilge pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. There were no nefarious motivations in my deleting my social media. Social media has a lot of positives, but a whole lot of negatives.
Vistaprint is where your big ideas become bold.
Sorry sorry, it was a commercial. Yes, they do. They do have a district attorney with some questionable credentials. That's what Trina said, and that's a true statement. That's just a true statement. And I saw her come out and make a statement too. And if I could be completely honest, I'm not buying into what she's saying neither.
After the statement, Cole would return back to her Facebook to show followers and those interested that she and her family have received a wave of negative messages and threats. A part of the post, she would go on to share several messages from an anonymous user, Yay962, who would go on to comment with things like, "There's gonna be a bomb sent to your office. I'm gonna get you when you leave work." Followed by, "I got your email, your phone number, your address. What's stopping?" The user would even go on to message her directly and continued, "There will be a package coming to your guy's office in the next few days. It's gonna blow you away when you see it, LOL. Probably be best to have the boys there to see as well. Hard to clean, especially from a boat. Not even the FBI can stop this." Fast forward to today, it appears that the FBI would stop the user and would end up tracking down Joseph Dumars in Sacramento.
Kathy Phillips, welcome to hashtag I'm going to say it. Kathy Phillips states, yes, Bart is guilty and the others guilty from association, guilt by association. Trina says, look at her LinkedIn profile. You talking about Ashley Coles, correct? Allegedly. Yes, Trina said allegedly. Allegedly. And y'all, that allegedly goes to cover Kathy's comment as well. So y'all don't come for our friend Kathy. All right. It's alleged. We're just saying alleged. Oh, you saying the district attorney? Yeah. That's the one I was talking about, made some comments. She came out and made some comments too that I don't know. I don't know. Right. I know who you're talking about. I seen her do it. It wasn't an interview. She just was talking. Kathy said, yes, allegedly. Y'all leave her alone. Don't come for her unless she's seeing for you.
California. According to the Sun Herald,
Christy.
agents with the FBI Safe Streets Task Force identified Dumars, who used the username Yay962, by tracing email IP addresses associated with the account, including moneybagIOJO1916@gmail.com, along with the date of birth, phone number, and street addresses linked to the account. Investigators said the information resulted in the identity of Dumars as user behind the Yay962 account that sent the messages to Cole. Now, part of Dumars' indictment would read, on or about July 11, 2026, in Jackson County, in the Southern Division of the Southern District of Mississippi, and elsewhere, the defendant Joseph Alfredo Vasquez Dumars did knowingly and willfully transmit in interstate and foreign commerce a communication containing a threat to injure the person of another, to wit, a direct message on Facebook threatening to kill Ashley Cole, all in violations of Title 18, United States Code, Section 875. Now, according to those same documents, Dumars now faces up to 5 years in prison, a fine up to $250,000, and up to 3 years of supervision upon release for the federal charge of interstate transmission of a threatening communication. Now, in relation to Dumars seemingly being the first arrest connected to this case, we have to note that this arrest now takes place as many are demanding that an arrest actually be made directly connected to the suspicious death of Wells. Several days ago, following the release of the audio from the CTO emergency call that his friends would make that day, appeared to capture what some felt was incriminating. The audio itself is now being investigated by Wells' team and family.
And at this point, we are watching a whole community cover up what really happened to Nolan Wells. From the captain to the grandpa to the little boy, the dispatch lady, you heard all that shit going on in the background. Yes, you was kind of concerned or whatever because you like something really going on because you heard what the people saying in the background. So that had you on high alert. So you was trying to figure out, let me get somebody out here. But at the same time, the man, how you get the granddaddy phone number, how you knew his number, and how he knew to call you personally, but you don't know if he's one of y'all clients or not. Y'all was trying to do that shit under the rug. The little boy panicked and called the real people who he needed to call. That's how he got the dispatch lady on the phone. Now you want to talk to the grandson under the covers. Lock all
Hey, sis, thank you for that heartbeat.
The kids, them hoes that was on that damn boat, because they had girls on the boat too. We ain't know that. Lock all ass, the whole damn community. lock them up. And why y'all just not saying something? Come on now.
If the theory is that we don't care about what happened to Nolan because he was drinking or on cocaine, then what needs to
We go to
happen
TikTok
is
shop.
every adult on that island that was there, including the ones who are driving the boats and
Hate to interrupt y'all, but the platform wants us to do a flash go. Y'all know how it is. We need one person, just one person, to send the news crew heart me. We need 22 of them. Y'all ready? Let's get it. I think y'all can do that. Matter of fact, I know y'all can.
tugging and this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff needs to be arrested for the contributing of the delinquency of a minor. And I'm sure that there were kids who were under the age of 18 who were on that island who probably was also participating. So since we're gonna make it seem like Nolan
Thank
is
you,
the only
Lori.
one doing illegal activities, since the headlines want to come out, arrest every fucking body who was on the island doing the fucking drugs.
Agreed.
Wait, this is gold.
That's commercial. Agreed. Everybody. We not even saying, you know, it's a color thing. Everybody. Everybody.
One of his friends accused, Bart Edmiston, whose name can be heard yelled on the emergency calls audio, has now hired his own attorney to push back against any claims that he's behind Wells' death. During a new episode of News Nation, Edmiston's attorney, Russell Latino, would dispute versions of the audio that would go viral and claim that what people were hearing was doctored along with an inaccurate transcript.
An alleged enhanced audio of the CTO call that purports to have a background conversation that is suggested sounds like people explaining the murder of Nolan. The word Bart is in there, and I know real people with real platforms are pointing the finger at your client.
Yeah, so we don't see any legitimacy in a doctored transcript or a doctored audio that comes with a transcript, which is a nice psychological sort of game that people play with garbled audio. So yeah, people are just fabricating things wildly. And the consequence of that is that you've got people who are in legitimate fear for their lives. Our viewpoint is not.
Pause it. You're right, sis. She said they are trying to smear Nolan's reputation like they always do, shaking my head. Facts. Y'all W Jenny and Alive. Listen, you heard this man's, the way they even presented it, that it was enhanced. The audio was enhanced. What they're doing off rip is they're trying to get you to look at it as if the audio was tampered with and distorted. Therefore, it's got to be made up. No, we're not going to let them do that. We are not stuck on stupid, and we're not sliding on dumb. Yes, they did enhance it. Hey, Angel, I didn't know you was in here, sis. Hey, listen, yes, they did enhance it. But no, they didn't enhance it with any type of foul or malice intent with it. No, they didn't. They enhanced it so you can actually hear the conversation in the back. And it was done by a professional. This is her job. This is what she does. So we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe and listen to them say, well, it was this distorted. It was an enhanced. Because then people hear it and they're like, oh, it was enhanced. That means they did something to it. They doctored it to make it fit their narrative. No, negative. She was a professional. She enhanced it so that you could pick up on the words in the background and what was being said. Michael Johnson, what's up, brother? How you doing? There's no shame in that. There's no foul in that. Heck, she's done more than what the Leos should. They should have been doing this. They should have been, but they're not. They didn't. Look. It was stated that even the Cajun Navy had offered to bring in cadaver dogs so they can get scent on the boat if there was any blood there or anything like that. And when that help was offered, it was met with a deny. It was turned down. They said no, they didn't want to do that. If you're trying to properly investigate a case and solve an alleged murder, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you allow that to happen? So what we're not going to do is sit here and let them say that this audio has been enhanced and speak on it as if it's been doctored or altered in order to make a narrative that they're trying to implement it into a way that makes you think that they did something wrong to it. They had something nefarious going on. No, they just enhanced it so we could hear what was being said in the background. Because a conversation in the background just might lead you to what the results of this case should be, or tell you what happened in this case. All right, y'all just stay with. We got another segment to go, but just listen. Just stay with us.
We can't stop the entire internet. My client's role was to help drain water off of a boat that reported it being in distress. There were 20 plus people separated between those two boats. All of them saw what he did. All of them saw what did and didn't happen. There were two credible witnesses at least.
We need
that saw Nolan
20
Wells
more
on
of
Rhode
them.
Island an hour and a half after those two boats left.
Now, as far as Warren Hudson and his family, his father, who is the husband of Ashley Cole, would announce that he is now putting up a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction of anyone that could be responsible with the death of Nolan Wells. It was announced on Thursday that state officials in Mississippi have also finally completed Wells' first autopsy.
Right, sis. Bart did give a statement saying he wasn't there. You're correct. And you heard somebody say Bart in the audio that they enhanced. I don't know why they would be calling his name. And look, I'm just saying, if he wasn't there, then I don't know why they would be talking to Bart.
Conducted on July 7th, but it will remain private in preparation for the district attorney to present evidence to a grand jury. Wells' family and family attorney Benjamin Crump has also yet to see those results. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. How do you feel about this recent arrest and the FBI's ability?
Purpose Love said to Jenny, she said he definitely did. And Warren said Bart helped them. That night, helped them.
To track
hey, babe, thank you for that heart.
Does it feel promising that they will also have the ability to capture all digital signs that can lead them to any potential suspects in the mysterious death of Nolan Wells? Reporting live from Hybrids Club, Fight Plus News.
All right, y'all, hold up. We've got our first candidate to go to the block party. Let's give it up for Annie Smart. Poor last name because she's not that. But let's go. We ain't playing with them. All right, y'all. Listen, let's go back. Look, we own it. Listen, come in with decorum. Listen, if you don't agree with what's being stated, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you have a mature dialogue. Jenny said T slipped up and mentioned Bart too. You talking about what's his name? Tristan? Is that who you talking about?
I'm Janapa.
All right, let's give it up to Height Plus for that right there. Now, she said, yeah, okay, I got you. Now, let's make sure we go back and slow this thing down and state again what we said at the opening of the show. Because somewhere there's a chaos agent either in the hallway waiting to come in and get some attention. So let's walk it back and say what we opened up with. One, we are not condoning any threats made towards anybody. All right, sis. Thank you for that heart, Purpose Love. I appreciate that. Y'all give it up to Purpose Love. Just became the 35th member of the fam club. Welcome. Let's make this thing clear. Oh, thank you for that donut and the lightning bolts. I appreciate you. Purpose Love. We are not, thank you for the goats. We are not saying that we condone that. We are not saying, thank you for the news crew heart meets, babe. We are not saying that is cool. I'm not even saying that they shouldn't have been arrested. I'm not saying that. Y'all heard the things that he sent to her. And I told y'all before when I first got wind of it and we was presenting it in a live, I already told you I'm not going to say it. I mean, to me, that was dark. That was sinister. That was heinous. So none of us is against him being arrested. Those were some serious threats. Our issue is you're more concerned with who sent Ashley Cole these threats than you are with who unalived Nolan or what happened to Nolan. That's where our anger come in at. Ashley Cole's still breathing. Nolan is no longer here with us. And it seems like there's no type of effort put towards finding out what happened to him. But you put all this effort into tracking down the IP address to find out who was sending her these threats. Can we get that same energy when it comes to what happened to Nolan Wells? Is all we want to know. Now, we're going to move on to our second segment because there's another development in this. And this is that Bart's family has allegedly filed lawsuits against content creators that have said that he is responsible for Nolan no longer being here. That's what I told y'all in the opening, or that's why I told y'all that it's important that we allow Sister Bernice to cover us on that legal end, and we open up with alleged. All things or some things are alleged. Okay, now before you get your smart marks in here to say, well, how can some things be alleged? Either it happened or okay, let me tell you. We saying allegedly somebody unalive. Allegedly Bart might be involved or whatnot. That's the alleged part. What isn't alleged is that Nolan is no longer alive. Do we understand the difference? Now, we'll go to the segment to where we're going to listen to who the lawsuits are filed against.
I've never gotten more DMs, phone calls, and text messages than I did last night. My phone has been flooded with people asking me, Trent, are you the YouTuber that Bart is suing? Are you going to lose your YouTube channel? People sending me sham articles, reels from other content creators saying that Trent Out Loud is the YouTuber that's going to get sued for defamation from Bart. Well, here's the answer to that question. Bart's lawyer did say he's sending out more notices over the next couple of days, but no, I have not gotten a letter of defamation from
Chrissy
Bart,
said, yes, Dad, I understand
nor
the difference.
his legal
JoJo
representative.
said, right, that's facts.
But I will tell you the content creator that did get a defamation letter, and I also will tell you the YouTuber that I think will be getting a defamation letter from Bart's attorney shortly. And when I am done breaking down defamation lawsuits,
Jenny said, discovery is not something Bart wants.
with Bart, Katie, and YouTubers, I am going to give you guys some very important information from Benjamin Crump's press conference yesterday, where he gave us an update on the CETO call and what's going on with Nolan's throat. There has been a lot going on over the past 24 hours. Sit back, relax. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Then I'll hand it off to you, the Out Louders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below.
Sound too low? Here's how to fix it.
Oh, man, I thought that was him. Okay, hold on, y'all.
Social media users, content creators, and YouTubers have been circulating a high school picture of young Bart Edmondson with a young woman, wrongfully claiming it is him and Katie McCormick, the woman Nolan Wells reportedly spent time with on the island before he went missing. And they are saying, the content creators and YouTubers are saying that Bart was the one who harmed Nolan because he was jealous that Nolan was spending time with Katie. Through his attorney, Bart Edmondson has stated that the woman in the photo is not Katie McCormick, and that he never had a relationship with her, and that he didn't even know her before July the 4th, the tragic day that Nolan Wells went missing. In reality, Edmiston was not part of the original group that left Nolan Wells behind. He arrived separately in his own boat, helped towed their distress vessel after a bilge pump failure, and he believes more than 20 people witnessed his assistance.
All right. Now, sis said Katie dropped receipts with pictures, time stamped, showing she wasn't there. Now, you see people saying Bart was not there. And then we just heard Trent just say that there was at least 20 people that can vouch for Bart being there helping, you know, the ones on the boat that the pump allegedly went out on. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know because I wasn't there. Now, let me tell you what I do know. Sure is hard for one person to be in two places at one time. That I do know. So it's either he was there or he wasn't there. And hold on, JoJo says, but they are not sure exactly when he unalive. Right, right. They can't nail that down because, I mean, the hold up with the first autopsy. You know, they can't say when the TOD was. You're correct on that, JoJo. The reason why I think Bart was there is because I hear somebody in the audio say his name. I don't know. Listen. I'm not smart. You can ask my wife. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I don't understand why they would call his name out if he wasn't there. Do y'all understand? I mean, if it just tell me if y'all can make it make sense because I can't figure it out. Jenny said they sure did try to cover for Bart because his family holds power in the town. Let's give him a little backdrop on that, sis. Okay, Bart's dad played for the Florida Gators back in, I think it was 1996, if I'm not mistaken. They won a state. I'm thinking high school. They won a national championship then. And Bart is an outstanding kicker, and he's at Wyoming now, and they're saying that he is the next thing that's going to the NFL. He is basically the pride and joy, the prince of Ocean Springs, because his family is so prominent and powerful there. Just in case that's strictly for those people who are wondering, well, why would they be trying to protect him? There you go.
Edmiston's family denies any involvement in Nolan's passing, notes he fully cooperated with investigators by providing boat, phone, and GPS access, plus a list of witnesses. Bart Edmiston and his lawyer have begun issuing cease and desist letters while preparing defamation lawsuits after he received credible threats.
Sunflower said Bart did it. Period. You know, she didn't say period, but I'm just saying. She definitively said Bart did it. Now, I stopped this because you heard what he said. People, Lord said, period. There were people getting threats. Let's go back. Y'all don't mind? Let's rewind it a little bit because some people are going to think we're making that up. So let's hear it.
His assistance. Edmiston's family denies any involvement in Nolan's passing, notes he fully cooperated with investigators by providing boat, phone, and GPS access, plus a list of witnesses. Bart Edmiston and his lawyer have begun issuing cease and desist letters while preparing defamation lawsuits after he received credible threats.
All right. Y'all heard that? So now Bart is getting threats. And so this is causing his family to file defamation lawsuits against content creators. Sunflower says, sue me. I want a deposition. She said, I'm right here. I got time today. So now he's getting threats. So they want to stop content creators from saying that he had anything to do with this.
Okay. Let's break all of this down. Bart and his family has retained the services of Russ Latino, a lawyer. I'm going to put up a few things here for you just to give you context before we talk about YouTubers and content creators getting sued. You'll see here this statement. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You guys could pause it if you like. I'm going to read some highlights. Russell Latino, I have been retained by the family of Bart Emerson Jr. to pursue people defaming him with fabricated assertions of fact that are putting Bart and his family in harm's way. The family will put out a formal statement later on today, and we will announce our first defamation lawsuit, which I will show you guys in 1 second. We have hired a private investigator firm to identify and track individuals in...
Hold up. Trina says, zoom in on the neck of that video. Not looking good for justice. Sassy said, I think he did it. Sunflower says, prove he didn't. Jenny says, then take a lie detector test, and that'll end the allegations. And I think all ladies stated some outstanding statements. Sunflower said, ask Bree. I will subpoena Bree. Good. Hey, I'm with all of y'all. Hey, all of y'all get the... I think it was 4. Yeah. Y'all are all correct on that. I think y'all all bring some great points, valid points.
Engage in defamation against Bart and his family. That you are young, naive, or lack the resources to pay a civil judgment will not deter us from filing legal action against you. This is not about money for my client. They want to protect their family, and they want to curb people who lie recklessly. If you make up something out of thin air or share something you don't know to be true, adding the word allegedly or saying people are reporting will not save you from a defamation lawsuit. Now is the time to make it very clear that we intend to be unrelenting against people who are lying online for clicks and likes. And you'll see here another statement. I'll highlight this part. The first cease and desist letter is being issued today to an online user who originated many of the falsehood against Bart Jr. This user shared pictures of our home, our resident address, land lapse, and information about our work while simultaneously falsely asserting through various videos and posts that Bart is a suspect, that he caused or contributed to Nolan's passing, or that he is involved in a cover-up in Nolan's passing. And here I have a portion of the cease and desist letter. Dear Miss Lee, I have been retained by Bart and his family. I'm from Mississippi. In response to numerous false and defamatory statements you have published on your social media channels under your control, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram channels, etc., etc. All right, now let's move on to the person who got the first defamation cease and desist letter. Nolan Wells' friend Bart's legal team to OnlyFans model. Stop lying about me online. I find it horrible that they're highlighting the fact that she has an OnlyFans and calling her an OnlyFans model, but I digress. We all know how TMZ gets down. Here she is pictured below, and the article reads, Nolan Wells' friend Bart Emerson Jr. is putting his new attorney to work, and the first order of business appears to be a legal threat against an OnlyFans model who is yapping about the investigation.
Pause. First and foremost, who cares if she's an OnlyFans model? We want to know what happened to Nolan. Now, this lady that they're talking about, I'm going to be honest, we've shared her content on here before. My moderators and I, we share her content amongst each other. So, okay, her name is Kimbra Kimberly. KYMBRALI. And I'm not. I mean, she's good at what she do. She's good at what she do. She's funny. She provides receipts most of the time, so I don't really know what they're talking about. But who cares that she's an OnlyFans model? We are more concerned on what happened to Nolan on Horn Island. We don't care what nobody's job is. The only jobs we care about are the people that's not doing their job in solving this case.
Horrible that they said yapping. It's her own social media accounts, her own Instagram. She has a right to report or talk about it how she wants. I find the word yapping, again, TMZ placating to the other side and pushing a narrative. I'm not taking sides here. I'm not standing up for Kimberly. I'm just saying that I do not like the way that TMZ has been covering this story. I've been very open about that. Bart's lawyer, Russell Latino, fired off a cease and desist letter to social media personality Kimbra Lee Wednesday, claiming she's been pushing false and defamatory statements about Bart on her social media channels. In a 5-page legal thread obtained by TMZ, Latino claims Lee is falsely claiming Bart helped cause Nolan's passing and
Jenny said that TMZ is bought and paid. Ops
participated in the cover-up. Latino also claims Lee published Bart's address, photos of his home, property records, and information about his family's workplace, allegedly exposing Bart and his family to danger. Bart's lawyer demands Lee make her Bart-related posts private while preserving them as potential evidence, stop publishing his personal information, and issue a public apology acknowledging she had no factual basis to implicate him in Nolan's passing. The clock is ticking. Latino gives Lee 5 business days to comply, though he says Bart may sue regardless. Latino says law enforcement has not identified Bart as a suspect or a person of interest, despite Lee's alleged claims. Bart's lawyer says, I love when little dogs think they are big dogs. I anticipate at least 2 more such notices going out by the end of the week. I just bought a new case of toner for my printer. Now, before we go to Kimberly's response, which is hilarious, I just want to highlight something about Russell Latino that I found out.
Jenny says, so sensitive and fragile, aren't they? They can talk big and talk about people, but the moment somebody does it to them, they can't handle it.
Russell Latino has been actively on his social media channels talking about the case, saying, hey, I'm a lawyer. I'll do this for free, pro bono. I'll help you guys. And a lot of people online are pointing out the fact that he himself is doing this for clout. He himself is doing this to get on Instagram, to get on TMZ, and to get in the media, which is indirectly building up his stature. So find it ironic that he's blaming Kimberly for, using this to, put out false claims to get herself popular. She's admitting, I'm going to show you in a second, she's admitting she's doing this to get herself popular, but he is really doing the same thing. You can argue that she's doing something illegal and he's doing something legal, but just want to point that out. Now, I'm going to play a very quick clip of Russell Latino on Chris Cuomo, and you're going to see him taking interviews, putting his name in the spotlight, and then we'll go over to Kimberly's hilarious response.
So yeah, people are just fabricating things wildly. We can't stop the entire internet, but I think we believe that we can do enough to convince people.
I'm gonna pause it right there. Sentiment. It's a she, right? Yeah. She actually presented a good question. She said, "Why would Bart take Nolan's life and destroy his NFL career? That makes no sense." I agree with you on that. But my rebuttal to that is, why would Nolan be out there drinking alcohol and taking D-rugs, knowing that on Monday, the following Monday, he himself also had a big opportunity with the NFL at his college? But yet they still tell you he was drinking, he was drinking, he was drinking, he was drinking. What does that got to do with how he's not here anymore? You see what I'm saying? She said they need to be looking at whoever bought the liquor for them kids. Cinnamon, I stop you when you're wrong. I stop you when you're wrong. Because at the end of the day, there was adults out there. Now, we have also listened to someone tell us about maritime law, maritime law. But the thing about it is, whoever bought Nolan out to go party on Horn Island is responsible for making sure that Nolan makes it back to the mainland safely. So where I would start at, who would be like, who was on the boat? Because I know they got a video of Nolan on the boat. I think he's bent over doing something, picking up something, whatever. But they got a video of him on the back of a boat, right? So what I would do if it's me, I want to make sure I find out who all was on that boat. In that video, who all was on that boat, and then I need to bring them all down to this station, and I need to interview them separately. Now, again, because I know we have people that are chaos agents that listen to our show, right? They don't want to support us and promote us, but they in here listening. So let's say this: we do not know for sure what happened or who done it. In fact, that is the question that we want to know. I'm not interested in nobody getting arrested and threatening Ashley Cole. Because truth be told, Ashley Cole being a judge and a former attorney, whatever, she didn't do the right thing either. I'm not saying that they was right for threatening her. I'm not condoning that. But what I'm saying is she done some nefarious stuff too. She did not go straight to Leo's and do anything like that. So I want to know who all was on the boat. I want to bring them down to the station. I need them separated, and I need to interview them, and I need to see if the stories match or if they don't match. Here's the problem with that now. So much time has lapsed between from when the incident happened to now that there's no telling how much evidence is destroyed now. So it's done nothing but complicate the investigation. JoJo said, cause too much may come out. Too much. Lila said, that went up too fast. Lila said, yes, talk to each separately. Yeah, that's all. This is something that should have been done, right? Trucking boys, welcome in. Interrogating. Phones should have already been subpoenaed and been confiscated. There's no reason why they had that should have been on day one. So when we sit here and we say things like this, y'all, it's from a place of, listen, we're not saying we got the case solved and we know who done it. We don't. But we're speaking from, these are things that should be law enforcement 101. Like, you should know to do this, and these things weren't done. But now you can come and say to us,
Hey, we just got an arrest in the Nolan Wells case. Yeah, we got an arrest. Yep, nope. We didn't arrest anybody who was on the boat with Nolan, or who was with Nolan, or who is Nolan's friends. No, we didn't arrest any of them. But there has been an arrest. See, somebody was threatening Ashley Cole. And so we found him by tracking the IP address. And then we went and we arrested him. Yay!
that does us no good. That does us no good. Do y'all understand that? That does us no good. We want the same energy put to finding out what happened to Nolan. The same energy that you put into finding out the IP address or who was sending her these messages or threats. We want the same energy. We want the same energy. Party girl Sonia said, I think I pronounced your name right, Sonia. She said, but can't arrest him. Yeah, and ain't even trying. It ain't even about They ain't even trying. They ain't even looking to try. You know that like that's crazy. That just doesn't make sense. And honestly, if I can be honest with y'all, brutally honest, it's a slap in Nolan's parents' face. It's like, hey, you can take care of this. You can get this. But what about my son? You don't care nothing about my child. How many of y'all know Nolan ain't the only one? If you watch that conference thing, press conference yesterday that they done, that being Benjamin Crump done, it's not just Nolan. And it's not even just the 4 people that was up there that they was talking about in the press conference yesterday. There's more. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me.
Well, that there are some potentially real consequences if you lie and it puts people in danger.
All right, now here is Kimbra Lee's response. OF model to Nolan Wells' friend.
I like that, party girl,
Go
Sonya.
ahead,
I
sue
agree.
me. I'm poor. The OF model, who is on the receiving end of a cease and desist letter from Nolan Wells' friends, has a message for him. Bring it on. Kimbra Lee just responded to Bart Edmondson Jr.'s legal threats and pretty much laughed in his face. The way Kimbra sees it is a potential lawsuit from Nolan's friend is only going to boost her profile, and he's not going to squeeze any money out of her. Kimbra claims to have lawyers lined up to take on her case pro bono if Bart decides to sue. She's not pressed about losing either, saying she's got nothing to lose. As you know, Bart lawyered up after a photo went viral of him and a woman the internet is trying to link to Nolan's passing. Kimbra welcomes the legal battle, says it will cost Bart a fortune and won't cost her a penny. Well, that's not true because we do know now that Russell Latino is doing this for free. So y'all both have free lawyers to try to get in the headlines. Meanwhile, Christine and Elmore are still grieving and have no answers, and we know where Nolan's throat is. Like I said, this is just all
keep the main thing the main thing.
But we're going to cover it quickly. I am going to play
she did
Kimberly's
Mikey.
response
I think it's Mikey.
to Harvey,
Ms. Bravo.
and
she
and
said,
the
I
lawyer.
think Warren did
Then
it.
I'm going to let you know about the YouTuber who I suspect.
Yeah, Sunflower. She said, is he going to sue everyone? Yeah, that's what he's saying. All content creators that say something about it or make it seem like he has something to do with it, he wants to file lawsuits on them. And then get this, and then saying, even if you use the word alleged or allegedly, anything like, he's still going to file a lawsuit against you. Will Ski 61 said Trump move. Exactly. That's all. That's all. That's all. Sunflower said that makes him guilty. Like, come on. That's not a good look. If you didn't do anything, stay in the lane. You didn't do anything, right? Party girl Sonya says, well, he gonna have to prove they are wrong. Hey, party girl Sonya. Y'all W party girl Sonya. Y'all W Sunflower. These are people, they are right. And I don't think these people think that far ahead. I don't think that they realize, okay, you want to shut everybody else up, but if you want to shut everybody else up, you've got to prove that they're telling lies. And if you can't do that, it ain't gonna work for you. Allison, welcome in, Bessie. Thank you for the rose. And if you're afraid to do it because you're afraid of what's gonna come out, you know, it's gonna make it hard on yourself.
Maybe on the receiving end of a defamation letter soon.
You want to sue me? Let me tell you how it's gonna go. Come here, let me put my glasses on. All right. I am poor. I have nothing. I don't own anything. You can't put a lien on property. I have nothing. Okay. So you're gonna first have to prove that what I'm saying is false. Okay. Then it's gonna cost you so much money. I got free lawyers. You know how many lawyers have been hitting me up like begging to take the case because they know the publicity. Here's what you don't understand. You suing me, oh, that makes everybody feel bad for me. Let's say you win. Okay, I'll claim bankruptcy. Maybe I claim bankruptcy, like 4 or 5 times and I could be president one day. Okay.
Shots fired, man. Oh my gosh, man. Cheeto leaning down. Cheeto leaning down. He did file for bankruptcy, and look at him. He's a president. Look at him. People put stock in him and thought that he was good to run the country. And from a financial standpoint, I mean, she's right. Think about it. Our county just had him here at a high school teaching students or talking to students, which is scared his kids there anyways. But talking about his Trump plan or whatever, and what students can do to be financially gain financial wealth. A person that bankrupt a casino talks. Oh, bankrupt like 6 companies, but one definitely a casino, and then have sexual allegations against him. One, he's criminally found liable. That's E. Jean Carroll, but has been mentioned in a ring of people. Y'all already know where I'm going. So this is who you let in school to talk to kids about financial gain. Come on now. Some I was at 3 casinos. Bro, how do you listen? Nope. Not today. Not today. they not gonna pull that. That's crazy.
And just like that.
Mikey said Trump filed 4 times bankruptcy.
I'm getting
Feel
free publicity that's being paid for by their lawyer money. Can I get a big Al? Can I get a big Al Sharpton? I'm about to be able
She
to
is
eat
singing.
steak and lobster, baby.
All right, let's talk about YouTubers now, colleagues of mine. I'm
Y'all.
going to handle this as best as I can.
Hold on, y'all. The way she was just singing, I'm talking about the fact that she gives no F's. The way she was just singing on her video lets you know everything. She with the Bart. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, Bart, but I'm thinking she's telling you and your family to bring it on. She gang. I'm just saying, I don't want to put words in her mouth. I'm just based off the actions. That's my assessment of it.
I kind of alluded to this yesterday a little, like kind of like, beat it around the bush. But now I'll try to talk about it a little bit more.
That's what we're working with.
There is a YouTuber out there. She is
Right,
a
Mikey, she
black
want
female
all of the smoke.
YouTuber.
She
I know
here
her
for
very,
it.
very well. Good friend of mine. And she made a video. I'm not going to say her name, just going to be clear from the jump. She made a video about Bart and Katie. And in that video, she said, "We are breaking this story. You won't hear it anywhere else." And it got a lot of views. Like I told you guys yesterday, I chose not to cover this story. Y'all know I stick with facts and receipts. I'm not blaming her for covering it. That's her own channel. She can do whatever she wants. She got that information from somewhere. And if it is credible, then she'll be able to fight this defamation lawsuit. But I digress. She put that video out. It went kind of viral. That video has been taken down now off of her channel. And to date, she has made another video talking about Bart denying claims. Normally, when you get a defamation lawsuit, you have to take stuff down and you have to put it out there and say, "Hey, I said this and I was wrong and I apologize," whatever they're asking in the letter. Now, there's no apology or acknowledgement. The video has just been taken down, and there was a video saying that Bart denies all claims. So perhaps for Russell Latino and Bart, maybe that's enough for them and they don't need her to
This is Trent Out Loud that's speaking.
put out an apology. They don't need her to say anything. Maybe she didn't get a defamation letter. I don't know. I do not want to text her. I don't even want to know. I want to have no part of it. I don't want to have my name. And we're near this
Light of hope.
story.
I love you. I hope
this-
you're
this
doing
incident.
good. Are you doing okay? Hey, look, hey, awesome post yesterday too. Reading the Bible, the scripture. Hey, I like that. I needed that. Make sure you keep doing that. Played it by Atash. No, he wouldn't say who it was. So I'm not sure who it is, but I'll try to find out. I will. I promise you that.
But
Tell Nate
if
I said
had
what's
to
up.
be a guessing man, Russell Latino seems like the person, to me, in my opinion, who just doesn't want it taken down and then, you just put up, coverage that Bart denies it. it seems to me, and even Bart and his family, it seems to me like they don't want you to just take it down. They want you to apologize. They want you to acknowledge that you were wrong. He said, yo, I just bought a new toner for my printer. Things are going out there. And if there's a lawyer who wants to make a name for himself, he's not just going out to take things down. He wants to be out there. So that's why I think he's going to potentially use this black female content creator and others. And I don't know, maybe he might send me a letter. I did, touch on the subject. I never accused Bart, or I never said that the picture even was Katie in the picture. So, send me whatever you want. As we do talk about defamation, I've told you guys repeatedly when we're covering Diddy, when we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro, I am a YouTuber. I am a public figure. I am different from Kimbra Lee, where she is a social media user. Because I am a public figure and because I have a prominent channel, defamation works differently than a private person. You send me a cease and desist. You tell me I said something wrong. No problem. I retract it. And then you cannot bring me to court. We have legal precedent with Megan Thee Stallion and Milagro. So I have no fear. And if I ever did something wrong, if I said something wrong, I will come out and say, hey, this is, y'all know me already. This is wrong. Apologize to Bart and his family. Well, I don't have to worry about that because I know I never did anything like that. But I say all that to say the same thing would apply to this black female content creator. She's a public figure. She has a prominent YouTube channel. All she would have to do is come out and say, hey, I got this wrong. Done. Beyonce and Jay-Z did this to Pierce Morgan when he was talking about them and and their case
Jaguar
with
Jaguar Wright.
When he was being sued by Tony Busby. He came out and had people on. He had to come out and retract, and Pierce Morgan had to come out and retract. He didn't get sued because Pierce Morgan is a public figure and a fronting face. So I think that this black female YouTuber may get a letter. All she would have to do is comply, take it down, which she's already taken it down. She would have to comply. She would have to come out and say, hey, my bad. I said something that was not true. I've corrected it, and here are the statements. So I will keep you guys up to date and let you know what happens with that. Now, let's move on.
He don't say who he's talking about.
More pressing issues. Let's move on to Benjamin Crump and his update with the CETO call and what is going on with Nolan's throat. All right, yesterday, Benjamin Crump held a press conference, and I love what he did. He did not only talk about Nolan Wells, he actually said, thank you very much to Christine and Elmore for using all the publicity, the national-wide publicity that they're getting for Nolan to shine some light on Daniel Irving. And
I was trying to see if he put it in the description, but no, he still didn't list her name. So it said them suing folks makes them look super guilty. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think they understand that. Allison said, gee, what's the problem? If Bart was there, his name should be out there. That he was there. Exactly. Hey, bestie, you right. You right, Miss Michi. I think it's Tisa too. That's just me. Listen, for those, hey, we got to put this out there, Miss Michi. Hold on.
This is just our thoughts. It is not true. I think it's Tisa as well.
All right, y'all heard. All right, we didn't say it was her. We ain't putting her name out there. But our First Amendment right allows us to say what we think, right? And I agree with you, Allison. If he's there, he deserves to be out there, especially after he said he wasn't there. He was in Wyoming, and then you clearly hear somebody call his name that's there. Yeah. I think he's earned the right to be talked about. I agree, bestie.
Tyler Smith. I'm going to highlight the Nolan Wells thing and also bring some attention to Daniel Irving and Tyler Smith, okay? First of all, super heartbreaking to see 3 black mothers up there holding pictures of their 18-year-old sons who recently passed away. Super heartbreaking. I'm going to go over to video now where you'll hear Benjamin Crump talk about the CETO audio call. You'll also hear him talk about the high tides that they're working with somebody who is looking into the tides and waves and where Nolan was found. And he'll also give you an update on what is going on with Nolan's throat.
I've dealt with a lot of print-on-demand companies.
As they should. I mean, yeah, I know people were saying that's commonplace or whatnot, but the problem with that is, listen, y'all. They're saying it's commonplace for the medical exam, I mean, the coroner or medical exam, whatever, to keep the contents of the throat. Okay. But the problem with that is there was no notations made that he was going to do that, or she was going to do that, or whoever. You know what I mean? It wasn't written in the notes for the second person that was going to perform the autopsy to look in the notes and say, okay, they're going to keep this and that. So why wasn't it? If that's what you were going to do, why you didn't document that? Why wouldn't you do? That's something. That's professional work. That's communication. That's transparency. Hey, I'm keeping the throat back, or that area, whatever they call the medical thing. I don't know. I'm keeping this back because, you know, I want to study. I want to do some more research on this part, or I need to figure out if this happened that would cause it to be this, or some. None of that was done. Jenny says, I can't imagine not being able to bury every piece of my baby. You feel me? Always God's child, fairly says, but the parts are supposed to be packaged with the body. Exactly. And if you're going to hold something back, you are to notate that. And they didn't, which makes us believe that that's a cover-up. So, like, and again, if you're being professional and you being completely transparent, this is nothing to write down. Listen, the person that's performing the second autopsy, if you write it in the notes that you holding that back for this reason and it's a just cause, what are they going to say? That's cool. They'll just wait. And then you got to send it to them and they can do their thing with it and see if y'all come up with the same conclusion. That's, if you got nothing to hide, that's how it goes.
Lungs.
Nolan Wells, we know all the current events that have been happening. We are announcing that we
Sexy
have
Red
the
Ferguson said
audio
right because of ABC.
the officials, and we have retained and are consulting with some of the foremost audio engineering experts.
It may be hard for y'all to hear the audio because they were in like this, I don't know, this was at the National Urban League event yesterday. And so the echo, the acoustics in the room is kind of hard. Teresa and Hank said, please Google B14 Enterprises. Hold up. B14 Enterprises LLC. It's Bart's father. B14 Enterprises. All right, let me write that down. Let me write that down. I'll forget. I appreciate that, Teresa and Hank. Let me write that down. B14 Enterprises.
Experts to review those audio tapes from the CETO call in its entirety. We also have consulted President Mario with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. They say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up, so we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan Wells. We're trying to coordinate with Dr. Roger Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy of Nolan Wells, to be able to inspect his throat that was missing with his body when he was flown to do the autopsy with Dr.
Miss Mitchell. Facts. Even if it's an accident.
We are hopeful that they will discuss with Dr. Mitchell the photographs and observations made.
Oh no, I got Teresa and Hank. I got you. As a matter of fact, just so, hey, let me tell you, first and foremost, welcome to hashtag I'm going to say it. On behalf of my moderators and I, we welcome you here. And your presence is a gift to us. It's a gift that we're grateful for. But let me tell you also about our platform. We do not gatekeep information. If we know something and find something and you need it, we're going to say it. Hashtag I'm going to say it. And so since you said that, I was going to wait and write it down and look later. But there's no time like the present. Because we dealing with something serious here, right? So let me read this to y'all. Hold on. Let me bring the mic over here with me to the computer. B14 Enterprises, LLC, is a Mississippi-based holding company owned 100% by Bart Edmiston, holding a 26.25% ownership stake in CRED Laboratories, a medical cannabis testing facility operating in Grand Bay, Alabama. Company profile location is Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Owner, well, we already said that, is Bart, and says 100% ownership. Primary assets / affiliation. Holds a 26.25% minority stake in CRED Laboratories, LLC, a state licensed medical cannabis testing laboratory located in Mobile County, Alabama. If you need details on the licensing documents, other co-owners like the Pinky Table LLC or regulatory filings for CRED Laboratories, let me know how to proceed. That's what they told us. Now, I don't want to stir the pot. I don't want to stir the pot. So I want to put it out there that this is again this is just my opinion on it. Okay? I know they said medical cannabis. That's what his company's for. But I have to wonder. I'm just wondering how many people he knows that are in the medical field that could possibly help with a matter of a throat. In the matter of a throat. How many people he might know? But this goes to show you how prominent he is in Ocean Springs. That family is in Ocean Springs. So not only did he play for the University of Florida Gators, the dad, now we're talking about Bart Sr. Not only did he play for the University of Florida Gators, but he owns this company right there in Ocean Springs. And I'm sure cannabis laboratory, so I'm pretty sure he makes pretty good bread. I'm pretty sure he does. So that would make it another prominent family in the area. And also, I'm sure that brings a lot of revenue to the town. My opinion.
When Nolan was first discovered, because Dr. Mitchell did not get an opportunity until July 10th to be able to examine his body. And at that time, we know the airways and the lungs had already been dissected and so forth. So we can't tell if there was the presence of water or not. That would suggest whether he drowned or
Hey,
not.
Teresa Hank,
All right,
thank you
I'll
for
run
that
down the
heart.
rest of the
I
press
appreciate
conference for you quickly.
Thank you so much.
Benjamin Crumb said, by the way, we know the attacks. We see the attacks. We don't care. They mean nothing to us. We will not stop. Christine said something that I thought was really, really, really smart. I love the strategy. She says, do for Nolan what he would have done for you. This is a plea out to Nolan's friends. She said, if the roles were reversed, that Nolan would come out and speak up for you.
Love. I appreciate that.
Then they went over to talking about Daniel Irving. Daniel Irving drowned, I think, around 3 months ago. Ironic that Daniel Irving was on the swim team at his school, but he drowned. The friends, so-called friends, white friends that he was with, threw away his clothes, deleted text messages, and they have only been arrested for tampering with evidence. Like I've always said, hey, what were you guys doing with Nolan's phone? Were you guys deleting things? That would be tampering with evidence. We see that in this case, but I digress. So Daniel Irving's friends have been arrested for tampering evidence. At least there were some arrests in that case. Couple of things to note. One of the boys was seen on video limping after the incident. It was never put into evidence. Why is he limping? We don't know. His mother's letting us know. Maybe there's some altercation. Maybe there was a fight going on. The autopsy in Daniel Irving's case shows that his airways were obstructed, and it took law enforcement 38 hours before they started even looking into the incident. Benjamin Crump went ahead and thanked Christine, like I said, for sharing their platform and their national attention. Now I'm going to go over to a video from the another one of the lawyers there.
Yeah, it
that,
is Miss Meach.
Is going to give you guys
Very
some information on the DA. Oh, also an update on the FBI and the cell phones.
Thank you for showing up. I have some brief updates on the Nolan Wells case. We have been working with the district attorney. We've gotten a letter back yesterday, and she's willing to listen to some of the evidence we have, although we're having to still discuss her giving us back evidence. And that's something that we'll see. The phones, not just our client's phones, but the other phones that are involved in the situation, we are trying to coordinate and have come to a tentative agreement with the
Big T. Hey, how you doing, Bestie? Welcome in. Thank you for that heartbeat.
Investigated together jointly with our experts as well as their experts, and I believe, if I'm not speaking out on the FBI, is going to also be present there, and that's going to show a lot of stuff that we haven't seen.
This is how.
That's good. I mean, that's a step. That's good that they're subpoenaing the phone call. I mean, the cell phones and going through that. I just have to wonder: is it too late? Is it too late though? That's like I said. That's something that should have been done from the beginning. So, but hey, they can go back and they can retract stuff that was deleted and stuff like that. They say. So, let's see how it goes.
Took the stage and said it's been 27 days. This is the most difficult time in her life. Nolan was a God-fearing child. He loved everybody. He never excluded anybody. He wanted to make everybody happy. He would have been your biggest cheerleader. Please come forward. We will not rest until we get answers. And every single thing else that's going on is a distraction. These distractions will not work. We will stay focused. Elmore, Nolan's dad, stepped up and he cleared his throat. Every time he speaks, he is more emotional than Christine.
I agree.
Not saying that means anything. We're all grieved differently, but you could just see the pain in that man's heart. He said that this was the biggest challenge that he's ever had to face. He mumbled some words and said, "Excuse me, it's hard for him to talk." He says, "If you are Nolan's real friend, please come forward." He said, "I will not tolerate the disrespect to my wife and my family." It's a man standing up for his wife. I love that. He said, "Where is the empathy? We are a country filled with all races." He wants us all to come together. And he said that he wants help for these families, the other families on the stage with him, Daniel Irving and Tyler Smith. Then he cried a little. Benjamin Crump got again and spoke. And he said that the negative reviews that are going on with Christine at her work, we already told you guys, he said this is sick. So it's not going to distract us, but it is really, really ridiculous what he sees that is going on. And that is the summary of the press conference. As I'm recording right now, we have some information on the autopsy being allegedly completed. Once I'm done with this video, I'm going to give you guys another video and give you guys my thoughts and some inside information of what's going on. The autopsy has been completed. The details haven't been released, but y'all know I have some inside information. So stay tuned for that next video with the completed state autopsy from
This should be good.
Turner. Y'all know we don't trust her.
At all. Not at all.
That is it. You can never say that I am not working for y'all. All right. It is your turn to sound off. Please let me know what you think. There's a lot that we talked about today. Let me know what you think about Bart. Do you feel like him and his lawyers have every right. Do you feel like they should go after the content creators? They should go after YouTubers? You think they should send me a cease and desist letter? Have I said anything that has been defamatory to Bart or anybody else? Please let me know. And I will for sure 100% let you know if I get a letter. I will 100% let you guys know. I will show it to you. I'll make a video all about it. And if I was wrong, or if I was defamatory in any way, I will put out an apology and I will retract where I was wrong. No fear whatsoever. I see some of you guys in the comment section. Trent, you're next. Bring it on. I got nothing to hide, or I have nothing to fear. And I'm also very lawyered up, all right? I have lawyers that I'll pay, all right? Not lawyers that I will take free bono that are trying to get fame off of me. I want real lawyers working for me. Just my point of view. Anyways, let me know what you think about that situation. Please let me know what you think about the press conference, Ben Crump. Let me know what you think about the 2 other cases. I would love to see some more national attention on that. Let me know what you think. Now, when you guys are commenting and you're letting us know what you think, please, please, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It's very, very important. When you are subscribing, there is a bell beside that join button. A lot of people miss it. Click that bell and change from personalized to all so you can be notified whenever we drop a video. Hey, if I got a defamation lawsuit, y'all are going to want to know about it, all right? Make sure you click all. And also you get notified whenever we go live. Also, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, please give this video a hype. It costs you nothing. It's absolutely free. Give this video a hype. It lets YouTube and the algorithm know, hey, I really like this video. I want to hype it out to more people. We really, really appreciate the support. Also, I will put in the comment section my last Nolan Wells video. I'll put it in the comment section for those who missed it, and I'll pin it to the top. And also, for those of you who are on YouTube, YouTube is going to suggest 2 videos on your screen. They're going to put it on your screen right now. And those are videos that they think you might like based on you watching this video. So you have 3 videos to choose from to continue watching. I'll catch y'all next video. Enjoy. Peace. Don't forget.
All right, let's give it up to Trent Out Loud. Great coverage on that. Great coverage on that, y'all. So let's recant what we heard. So in the beginning, like I said, we opened up. There was an arrest, and they say, like in the Nolan Wells case, really don't have anything to do with Nolan Wells or what happened to Nolan Wells, but it was the man who was threatening the judge, Ashley Cole. All right, they tracked him down through the IP address and arrested him for that. Okay, so that's that. Second thing we covered was Bart and his family are suing content creators that mention his name in regards to having anything to do with the alleged unaliving or anything to do with Nolan's passing. Let's say it that way. We won't say it, unaliving. So his passing. So anybody that puts his name in it, they're suing them. All right. And yeah, Miss Meach allegedly. Oh, that's right. They said even if you use the word allegedly, that they're still going to sue you. It's our First Amendment right, y'all. I'm not saying he did it. We saying allegedly. We're saying allegedly, but we can have our own opinion on what we think. Allison said Bart's family just trying to cover his NFL career. Hey, you hit the target right in the middle, Allison. That's all this is. It's a distraction, and they want to keep his name good so he can still get these opportunities. But what they fail to realize is what we're not going to do is sit back and allow that to work, because we know Nolan had opportunities ahead of him too, and he was robbed of that. So we're going to keep on being a voice for him. All right. Before we close out, a couple of things I want to announce. Now, it's Friday, so tonight over on Twitch, go and subscribe to MC3 SFT9. We have Friday Night Feuds. It's where we have a video pro wrestling game that my little brother and I take our pro wrestling career. We put it into the video game, and you all can watch and join in on there. We're in the comment section talking and having a great time. And I tell you, it really does serve as a nice little entertainment and escape from the craziness going on in the world, from this to politics. It's a good break, right? And everybody's in there is cool with each other and just have fun. So it's at 9 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. But then we come back tomorrow at 4 p.m. on that same channel, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have Saturday Night Showdown. And it's the same thing. We in there laughing, cutting them, having fun, making jokes, talking about the wrestling match. If you got little kids that like wrestling or like video games, they can join you in watching. You don't have to worry about seeing anything raunchy or any words on there that is not rated G or anything like that. We don't do that. So you guys will definitely enjoy it. And it's a nice, like I said, it's just a nice getaway for a few hours or a couple hours from what's going on in the world, the craziness in the world. Also, I want to thank New Hope Vape and Smoke out in Dallas, Georgia. I want to thank them for the support of hashtag I'm Gonna Say It podcast. Looks good vibe and great deals there, y'all. So if you live in the Dallas area, please go there for your vape and smoke. And they have weekly specials. Thursdays 20% off on I can't say that word, but it's 20% off. On Saturdays they have a happy hour 4 to 6. You get 20% off everything that's related in the store. And on Sundays, they have 20% off the accessories in the store. All right. So check them out. Let's give it up for New Hope Vape and Smoke. And my good friend that I went to high school with, she's also the store manager there by the name of Julie. So go and check her out if you live in the Dallas area or the Marietta area or the Powder Springs area. Go and check them out there for that. Now, before we close out, on behalf of my moderators and I, again, thank you all for staying with us. We've gained some new family members. Y'all welcome. And those of you who just dropped in and just wanted to check out what was going on, thank you for staying and hanging out with us. And we pray that you come back. Again, I said it before and I say it again. And we mean this. Your presence is a gift to us. You really don't have to sit here and join us for the whole time. You could swipe out and go somewhere else, but you choose to stay here. And so we appreciate that love. We appreciate that support. And so we want to give it up for you all. W to y'all. W is in the live for y'all. W in the live for my gifters and uplifters. And if y'all don't mind, last but not least, y'all W in the live for the greatest moderating team on TikTok. I say that humbly, but I also say that willfully because I know the work that they put in. All right, so let's give it up to them. And again, if you all aren't subscribed to our channel on YouTube, go over on YouTube, subscribe to G Smooth 404. If you came in late in tonight's show and you want to see it in its entirety, we'll have it over there. If you want to go back and watch past episodes, that's where you want to go. G Smooth 404 over on YouTube. I love you all to life. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe.
How much we say we pay you for saying that?
Huh?
How much did we say we pay you for saying that?
You no attention, no mind. No mind. No mind. It's all from the heart. It's all from the heart. They put in the work, and I'm talking about even when we're not having shows. My moderators put in the work. I'm when I started out doing this thing, I ain't know nothing about having moderators or anything like that. So God blessed me with this pick. I had no idea what I was doing. And he knew what he was doing. So I let him guide and look what he got me. This is the real 18, the new 18. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Be safe out there, okay? Please be safe. If you see something, say something. That's right. Jenny said Tay-Red Vision Films. That's right. I forgot about that. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. Look at my moderating team. They got me. They got me. Listen, while you're on YouTube, go and subscribe to Tay-Red Vision Films. Listen, we got the hottest web series right now on YouTube. And guess what? Your host, I'm on there. I star in this web series as Stacks. Trust me, we're in our second season. You got all weekend. Go start at episode 1 and watch all the way up to episode 19 that aired this past Tuesday. Go and check it out, man. I'm telling you, it's now this one, you can't have kids around. Make sure you're in the room with your boo or something and y'all watch it. The kids can't see this because I ain't gonna lie. This is I don't want no kids seeing this, but hey, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. Y'all know that it's entertainment. Remember, you be somebody, but above all else, be a child of God. That's the best thing to be, is a child of God. I love y'all to life. We gonna let Red Clay Warriors close out the show. But like I said, I've been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, Mr. Breaking News G Smooth, your 11-time tag team champion, 2-time world tag team champion, 1-time heavyweight champion, 1-time television champion, 2-time Hall of Famer, and I was ranked number 75 out of the top 300 indie professional wrestlers in 2008 by Phenom.com. I love y'all to life, man. I'm out.
ATL. Zone 6. Hardcore season. G Smooth. What? Tables break. Crack, crack. Red Clay King. Put the South on the map. G Smooth. What? Chair swing. Bang, bang. Hardcore pressure. Bang. Feel that pain. Step in the ring like a warehouse brawl. Duck the nail, Georgia on the wall. Boot to the chest, still in my grip. Ball wild dreams, I never slip. From the bluff to the dome, I earn my name. Did it for the city, never for fame. Tables get stacked, I'm climbing high. Southside savage, I never die. Concrete hard, no fear in my stare. Chair shot, echo through the air. They talk tough, but they
I
all
love you,
fall
baby
flat.
girl.
Red clay roots can't bury that.
Your show coming soon.
Tables break, crack, crack. Red Clay King, put the South on the map. G Smooth, what? Chair swing, bang, bang. Hardcore pressure, feel that pain. I'm the monster they created in the Georgia heat. Smell the iron in the sweat on the dirty street. This ain't a game, it's a war in the red mud. Sacrifice the body, give them sweat and blood. I got the crown made of thorns and rusted wire. Every time I drop a body, sets the ring on fire. From the underground pits to the bright lights, I'm the king of the struggle, king of fight. No referee can stop the damage I'm bringing. Listen to the sound of the metal bells ringing. They see yellow my back, I lead the stampede. Hardcore royalty, that's a different breed. G Smooth, table break, crack, crack. Red Clay King, put the South on the map. G Smooth, chair swing, bang, bang. Hardcore pressure, feel that pain. Zone 6, Red Clay War. We don't stop. Hardcore forever.